But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven.
We're living in a time we're gonna meet Yahweh Shai. You're gonna meet him face to face, which is proof also that we have to be changed. We can't meet the Lord like this. He's gonna change you, he's gonna crown you, and he's gonna toast with you. Sometimes when Akim are among each other, we'll do little small toasts. Brothers may be like La Yasharala, holding up cups, but imagine the Lord himself hosting it, man. And we join in. And I was reading something else, and pretty much they said in order to have what they call a loyal toast, you would use wine. That's the beverage of choice. And once again, our Lord, he's coming back, and we're gonna see him with all that power, man. But he's gonna extend that power to you.
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with God. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same, in hope, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of God. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
And once again, when our Lord returns, he's gonna wield that power to you elect as well. Once again, he's gonna change you, he's gonna crown you, and he's gonna have a toast with you. A kingly toast, which will basically be a celebration for victory over the beast, victory over this system, victory over Edom Rome coming back, and Edom Rome's mark, which will be that Karag. So we're gonna celebrate with our Lord Yahweh Shai, and honestly, there is no telling what all he has in store for us.
Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament.
You got it, Zaquan.
All right. First and foremost, we love y'all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Bakakadash, a double to Pasadas to Jim Mess, and citation to your brother Push Word of Truth and sincere four corners. We Jim Mess Mississippi Camp, and we just gonna go ahead, brother. Y'all can have it.
Come, bro. So yeah, what we're gonna get into this week, is how, our people, are being set up for failure. All right, as we know, this past weekend, all right, we just had the No Kings protest, all throughout the country. All right, so you had, all these different states and cities, hosting these protests, opposing, Donald Trump and how he's moving, as a dictator, and what you see is this is an enchantment. There's no way, that 7 million people are just organizing, and this devil, all right, is not using this as a chance, to enchant the masses. All right. And this speech, because one of the hotbeds of all the contention about how Trump is moving is in the city of Chicago. All right, what you got a Jake Mayer, okay, and as you can hear, these talking points from these rallies, okay, they really hyping people up to crash out, and mainly Jake, you know. So we have to understand that this devil, he works on both sides. As people still believe in this false left right paradigm, all right, but it's both leading them, all right, to the same thing, the slaughter or the sea hip, okay? And the sea hip, all right, is a slaughter as well, because we know the punishment for taking it according to the scriptures. So I'm gonna get a couple precepts, and then we're gonna go segue to the video and roll in the spirit after that. All right. But this is why, we're constantly admonished and warned, not to participate, okay, in the madness that we see going on. All right. Now let's get this in the book of Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. Hey, Shalom Maki, how about you, Shah, Bashim Ragdash Brakata.
Shalom Makim, Yahweh Shema Shah, Bashim Kagadash Bakatam.
Hey, Shalom, brother. Yeah,
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so let's read this in Isaiah 9 and 16, bro.
Gun, this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. It says, "For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed."
Yeah, so the leaders of our people, have been all set up by their enemy. You go from the civil rights, okay, until the black exploitation era, okay, or even the women of the feminist movement, Gloria Steinem, Barely Ferdinand, okay. I said, then you go into the black exploitation period where they glorified degenerates, okay, the gangster rap, and now, all right, the politicians. Okay, so every leader that our people have cleaved to, okay, has caused them to err. Because everything outside of the scriptures, okay, everything outside the leadership that Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, set up through the spirit is leading our people to failure. Okay, and now we finna start seeing, all right, what now we're starting to see what our people has been led into. Now we finna see the fruits of it. Okay, as people are finna be in terrible positions, man. We finna see people starve to death, man. We finna see people destroyed by troops and mercenaries, man. Okay, we finna see cannibalism, and see we finna see these things now. People drafted into this war. Okay, we finna see our people in horrible situations based on what they've been following, man. So whether it's NBA young boy, okay, a Baptist pastor, okay, or some political leader, some mayor, all right, that then threw in your face, okay. At the end of the day, it all leads down that broad path, which is gonna be destruction, man. So let's get that in let's get this in Jeremiah 3 and 15, bro.
Gun, this is Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, "I will give you your pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with the knowledge, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding."
Yeah, and that began, with the elder Abba Bivens, okay, trickling down to our apostles and elders today. Those was the pastors given to us, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, that's feeding us with knowledge and understanding even unto this day. Okay. And when you operating outside of that, the pastors that the Lord sent, okay, then you're operating in death, man. You're being led to death, man. It's just another avenue to death and failure, man. There's people that's gonna be nuked, okay, by listening to whatever they listen to outside the truth, man, by following whatever they follow outside the truth, man. It's gonna lead to a nuclear, okay, annihilation, man. Okay, the full anger of the Lord's wrath. All right, and the Lord told us who He will give us, for leaders. When you go here to Second Ezra 1, all right, and I'm gonna read it because it got a lot of names that they got, This is Second Ezra 1:38. It says, "And now, brother, behold what glory, and see the people that coming from the east, unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, Jacob." All right, Hosea, Amos, Micah, Joel, Obadiah, Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah. All right, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, which is called also the angel of the Lord. So the Lord said that He will raise up the prophets for leaders, because these are all prophets. All right, that are named. You know, so the Lord, going back to those pastors, He promised that He will raise up the prophets for leaders. Okay, and this is why we're not here, you know, for the gimmicks and the games and the debating. No, we here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, all right, to lead Jake to righteousness, to lead Jake to Yahweh Shai. Okay, and the Lord has raised up men to do that. And if you're following anything outside of the men that the Lord predestined, all right, to be those pastors and those prophets, okay, that will lead the elect back to Yahweh Shai, if you're following anything outside of it, you're being set up for failure, man. No matter how cute it look, no matter how many points, okay, that they make, you're being set up for failure, man. You know? Did y'all brothers have anything for we went to the video?
Yeah, I got one, bro.
What you got, bro?
Matthew 15:14.
Okay, come. I think a brother posted it on the side. Let me see. Yep, brother posted it.
Cool.
Yep. You got it now.
I got you. This is GMS Swift Chariots 144. Matthew 15:14. It says, "Let them be alone. Let them be alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch."
Oh, come. Hey, and our people, like the video you gonna play, they lead them people. They're leading Jake basically to slaughter. Like that script, like the preacher you brought out. That's basically what he doing, man. At the same time, Jake blind as fuck anyway. So sometimes Jake got to find it the hard way. But they blind as fucking way. They want to do what they want to do anyway. That trip said, hey, leave them alone. But they gonna like I said, but they trying to. That's how you know the lips ain't no good. How you gonna do that? Send that shit. Send our people to that madness, because if you get out of hand, it is gonna get out of hand, and what gonna happen to them? They're gonna get laid down. But they blind though, and the leaders ain't, man. Them leaders really don't care about nobody, man. They care about themselves. But that's all I got, bro.
Come on, bro. You have something you got?
Yeah, come, bro. I mean, I would just want to say real quick the irony of it, because down here where I'm at, you know, there was a Jake a few years back. He was running from, you know, police, and the nigga ran into a ditch. You hear me? And they ran after him. He got laid down in the fucking ditch. You know, so that was the end of him. Yeah.
Into the ditch.
Right into the ditch.
Yeah.
Literally.
And you know he was trying to live their lifestyle and rappers.
Hey,
you know, following them niggas. Yeah.
He was G something, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah, I'm gonna segue to the video. I know you had the precept you want to bring up for.
Since he said that, bro, we can get that one. Would there be one going into how you know, it'd be running from a lion, then run into a bear, and then if they go into a house and lean on the wall and get bit by a serpent?
Yeah, what you talking about, Amos?
I think it's in Amos. Is it?
Yeah, you can run get Amos 5 and 19.
Yeah. 5 and 19. Okay, this is for you, young Yah, since you brought that out, bro. Amos 5 and 19. It says, "As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him."
Yeah, so hey, no matter where you run, you're gonna run into hell, man. I mean, because for one, if you ain't running to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you got hell to catch. You know, you're gonna catch your judgment some other way because the Lord got these spirits out here created for vengeance to do his just will upon you, man.
Mm-hmm. Because that's Jacob's trouble right there.
Yeah.
That's straight up Jacob's trouble. You think you safe here? I'm good here. You go somewhere else, man. That's why they call this place the Valley of the Shadow of Death, man. Everywhere you go, you can die, and that's Zach doing Jacob's trouble. Hey, shit gonna be everywhere. You think you scared here, but I got away from him. Let me go here. The shit might be there. Let me go. I got away. I might be there. So it gonna be bad out here, man.
Yep.
That's what coming.
Yep. But yeah. That was just ironic there, bro.
So yeah, I'm gonna play this. You know, then we'll tap back in the spirit. But this the guy, the Chicago mayor. All right, this black ass nigga. All right, Jake. You know, and you know, these Jakes are just put into position, you know, to set Jake up for failure. Whether it's just allow, you know, because these niggas be allowing the city, you know, to go to shit, you know, on purpose. All right, to make it make Trump or the Republican Party seem like a hero for coming to clean it up. You know, so what you Israelites gonna understand, all right, what you're gonna find out the hard way is that nobody was ever on your side. Okay? Nobody was ever on your side. Everything was always working against you. You know? Let's play this.
Donald Trump just shifted the largest concentration of upward wealth into the hands of the ultra-rich and large corporations in the history of this country. Our cities to be occupied. Now here's the last and final point. We have to be absolutely clear of not just what we're fighting for, but what we are looking to tear down. Donald Trump just shifted the largest concentration of upward wealth into the hands of the ultra-rich and large corporations in the history of this country. This is a fight for working people across this country and across this globe to stand up to billionaires in the interest of corporations. Now, there are some billionaires and corporate leaders that want us to have sympathy for them, and they have just received the greatest tax cuts at the expense of health care and housing and education and transportation and good paying jobs. So here's what we need to do in this moment. If my ancestors as slaves can lead the greatest general strike in the history of this country, taking it to the ultra-rich and big corporations, we can do the same today. I'm calling on black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to send a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools, to fund jobs, to fund healthcare, to fund transportation. Democracy will live on because of this generation. Are you ready to take it to the courts and to the streets? Cities around the world, we are declared that we will defend our democracy. We will defend our humanity. We will tear down tyranny, and we would do it together. God bless you all. Bless the greatest city in the world, the city of Chicago.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slaughterhouse.
That's exactly what I'm about to say. They all gonna die.
Jake up.
I'm gonna die.
You know who I'm about to make a bang.
God damn, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told them take it to the streets. They
Streets.
talking about they gonna make billionaires do this and do that. Shit, how? How are we gonna make them folks do any goddamn thing but kill your dumb ass? All right. So yeah, man. See, they're gonna keep doing this, hyping Jake up, because there's nothing but enchantments. Okay. So you're gonna keep seeing these rallies. You're gonna keep seeing these staged events and these psyops and playing on the emotional strings of the masses, and all they need is any type of resistance from Jake, man, and it's over. It's over. Esau coming in there. So we're gonna keep seeing these things more and more, as a build-up, So this weekend was a big enchantment, and even I got another video I was just looking at. But brother has some presets. I'm trying to find this video. They pretty much trying to set these young niggas up. I'm gonna find. Hold on. You had some, bro? I get a preset one.
Yeah, I got some Jeremiah 23. Give like 1 and 2. But yeah, what you see how these Jake they've been hyped up to be led to the slaughter, man. Because you got they just waiting on, like you said, they just waiting on Jake to make the wrong fucking move. But you got this female that's on them the Israeli board. Your brother's probably already seen it, how she was smart. Hey, the so-called blacks of America are the problem. So shit, yeah, they just waiting on. Yeah, they waiting on Jake. Hey, I fuck around and find out, because that's what you're about to do. Yeah, you got it, bro.
Yep.
This is Jeremiah.
Oh, it's up there, bro. You can read. You said 1 and 2, didn't it, bro?
Con.
Okay,
good.
Yeah, you good. Yep.
Okay, so like Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1 and 2. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai."
Yeah, so point is, hey, being blind leaders of the blind, you both should fall into the ditch. So here it is. Not only you're leading the people astray away from Yahweh Shema Shai, but you're giving them a false hope. You're giving them false visions. You're giving them the ways of Esau, for them to go down into the shadow. For one, ultimately, because this is what's going to end up happening. You're going to rebel against this place, and then you're going to look for hope. So they only lead you down that tunnel only for you to goddamn be reaching up to the same person who you was rebelling against, man. On this side, because everything, everything basically is in the hands of the Lord. But our people, they're gonna reach up for Esau, man. But these pastors, they gonna be in the same boat, because they being just used by these elites. They being used to do their works, their wills, man. And but the thing about it is, they gonna be left out to dry also, man. Because they just a little part of they following the instructions like the brother was going. The brothers went into it. They followed the instructions. They've been given the instructions on how to lead these people. That's why they've been setting their positions and their power. But the Lord, He already got it set up to where you're not escaping. None of these people that go down to Egypt for help, for one, that's basically, it's all because Egypt is failing them. That's why they are basically trying to go against it, because they want shit to go back to normal, man. They want that normalcy.
Mm-hmm. And I got some for you, since you said that. Read there for the brother, Isaiah 28 and 15.
This is Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 15. "Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement, with the overflowing scourge. The throughout a scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Yeah, so all this shit finna basically backfire. Like all these lies that these people that make these people comfortable. You know, that all that trusting and oppression. You know, it's they moving. Our people moving unwise. You know, and it's finna bite them in the ass because it's finna be everything that they doing is it's just finna come back on them. Baba Gashai, bro. Can you get a Hosea 4:6, Baba Gashai?
Hosea 4:6.
Come.
And then just going back on what you're saying, because like you say, these sellouts, you know, because they got a covenant with death. You know, you made a covenant with Esau, and Esau, all right, is your biggest enemy. And he's all about destroying the tribes, man. You know, so they made a covenant with death itself. Okay, and hell, are you in agreement? Hell going to a condition. So you niggas are agreeing to keep your people oppressed just so you can get, you know, a few perks in this man's system until he doesn't need you anymore. You know, so just bagging on what you're saying, you done made all these, you know, deals with this devil, all right, to keep Jake, you know, lost, you know, to keep Jake in this oppressed state, you know, to keep Jake distracted, you know, to set Jake up for failure, you know, in this system. But when the Lord decides to judge, guess what? You still gonna get caught up in judgment no matter what deal you got, all right, with this devil, man. You know? You said Hosea, bro?
Hosea 4:6. Yeah, bro, and it's all for crumbs, you know? All for them crumbs, man.
There you go, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
Yeah, so here it is. They reject knowledge, which you got the prophets again. You got those pastors according to the Lord's heart out on the highways and the byways, sacrificing, you know, to basically feed our people, you know, the truth, you know, in sincerity also, you know, but our people, they reject it, you know, they don't want them to do with what the Lord really is talking about. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what scripture say, he made the heart of these people fat, man. He deafened their ears. So this is all going to lead up into what? Their rejection that Yahweh Shem Yahushua got for these people, man. This is why they got to come back and see it on the other side. But the thing about it is they got to take a shameful lead. You know how you going to priest or not, you know, when you got that dishonorable release charge. Say what, bro?
Discharge.
Yeah, the dishonorable discharge. This is what our people finna take. This is what they finna take on the spiritual side, man.
That head gonna be down for a minute.
Come on, bro. You got some top one?
Yeah, Con, I got
the video.
Yeah, I got one, bro. I got give me I said 56 and NLT 11.
Oh yeah.
It was, I'm trying to see. 10 11.
I already know where you're going.
Oh yeah. 10 11. NLT.
All right. You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah 56, starting verse 10. For the leaders of my people, the Lord's watchmen, so like his shepherds, are blind and ignorant. They are like silent watchdogs that give no warning when danger comes. They love to lie around sleeping and dreaming.
Keep going, bro.
I got you, Zaquan. Verse 11, like greedy dogs, they are never satisfied. They are ignorant shepherds, all following their own paths and intent on personal gain.
And like the brother was saying, they doing it for crumbs, man. but they trying to get a personal gain for themselves instead of let our people know. Don't take your ass on that street like that. But guess what? That message, they ain't gonna tell them that message. They want them go out there, go to the street and do this, do that, and get them killed. But it's all for a little bit of crumbs. It's a little person they gonna get for misleading the people. And like the brother saying, they gonna get it too. They gonna get it. They really think Esau not gonna get their ass. He gonna get them too. So but they greedy as fuck too. Man, it's a video I'm gonna do tonight. This Jake was in church, right? And he parked he parked his Bentley inside the fucking church, y'all. And somebody said, "Can we drive?" He said, he said, "Can we drive?" He like, "No, that's against Jesus." Some shit he said, but you see what I'm saying? They drive a Bentley. He got a Bentley inside the fucking church, bro.
He says against what?
He said against Jesus, something like that, bro. I'm telling you, he said, "Can we drive?" He said, "No, you can't drive it." Who paid for that fucking Bentley? Who paid for that Bentley? That Bentley? These dumbass people, man. But this man, our people, the leaders of our people are like the script said, man, they fucked up. That's all I gotta say. It's just so much shit going on, bro. So like y'all, I just had to tell y'all that. They got Bentley inside the church, y'all.
I got one.
Man, you can't put nothing past these niggas. What you got now?
Revelation 19 and 20. Since the Quran was going into that's considered a false prophet. You know, ultimately he uttering the wrong names. You know, our savior, our big brother's name is Yahweh Shai, but ultimately he's a false prophet. You know,
well, that's well, you go into Revelation 19 and 20. That's talking about the Roman Catholic Church.
Okay, con. Okay, so this is just lock it, bro. Disregard.
Yeah, they're talking about the Roman Catholic Church.
Okay, con.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna play this too, man. I'm gonna show you. I see what you were saying though, bro. I'm gonna pull this up because I seen this right before we got on. So they got a fake video on TikTok, like them young Jakes, you know, trying to go for their bounty that the cartel supposedly got on ICE, you know, and DHS, which is the Department of Homeland Security, told them young niggas, we'll see y'all soon. You know, so this is what they got going on. They set Jake up for, you know, complete failure, man. And see Jake playing, you know, because he's gonna go to this young nigga at the end of the video. You can tell Jake played too goddamn much, you know, because they even, you know, what he was speaking on dealing with Iran, he shouldn't even been speaking on this shit, you know. But all these niggas finna learn the hard way, man. So I'm gonna let this play, bro.
All right, guys, we got to talk about this. So you know how we basically have a bunch of young groyper idiots who are staffing the Republican politicians' campaigns and their cabinets and stuff. Well, now that's all coming to a head because, you know, you're seeing them tweet casual Nazi memes, you know, subtle hidden Heil Hitler stuff, remigrate, which is just a euphemism for ethnic cleansing. Now you have the Department of Homeland Security is trying to start a race war based on fake news and lies. Here's one example right here. So Homeland Security tweets the following. If you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon. So they tweet this video. We're going to take a look at this video. Ready? So it's a 10-second video. I'm going to mute it because it's copyright music that's playing. But it says on the screen here, ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets, cartels put a $50K bounty on y'all. And so it's a group of black kids, black teenagers, and you know this one's trying to make like a scary looking face or whatever, and cover, you know, putting the mask over his mouth. But the idea is, it looks like they're sort of threatening ICE. They're threatening ICE and saying we're working with the cartels or whatever to make $50,000 by killing you. So look at this. Ready? Now again, look at how young these black kids are. I'm actually not even sure. Some of them might not even be teens. Right? Like they might be teens, but some of them look like they might even be younger. This could be like a 12-year-old, right? But Homeland Security tweets this out. Okay, ready for the reality? Here is the original video that they fucking changed the text on. So this was tweeted in the wake of Trump attacking Iran. This was tweeted. This video with the text, "You seen what we can do. Don't say something that you can't finish, Iran. We are already united. We all stand. We want all the smoke." So here we go. So this was a video, like a bunch of, kid's got fucking braces. Again, he's like 12 years old. This is a video of, if anything, it's sort of like, I mean, I don't think these people are outright political, but it's sort of like a subtle pro-Trump thing, if anything, because they're basically like joking and threatening Iran here and pretending like, yeah, you want to fuck with us? Like, we'll fuck you up. We're America. So if anything, it's like a tacit agreement with Trump illegally bombing Iran.
Y'all still there, brothers?
Yeah, I'm still. You still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
You good? You loud and clear now, bro.
Okay, come. But yeah, basically what you had, y'all remember when the small hats in Iran had that 12-day war, and Trump, after America bombed Iran, you had a lot of Jake, making these videos talking about they stand with Iran. I mean, they stand with Trump, and Iran don't want no smoke. And Jake just making all these videos or whatever. How Jake do? Jake just comment, all right, ad lib on shit, don't know what they talking about. So Jake put that video up. So what they said that you had people, from DHS take that video and recaption it, like Jake was wanted to take up the cartel on those bounties, put on ICE agents, So the DHS retweeted, that we'll see you cowards soon. If you touch one of our federal law officers, we'll see you cowards soon. So it's just so much working against Jake, and Jake is out here with no heads because they refuse to listen to the prophets. So now Jake finna get caught up in all this bullshit. This devil, all right, has nothing but traps and snares, all right, for you tribes, man. You're the target now. We've seen what this devil has done, overseas, in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria, Hamas, and now he's finna bring that here, and he's finna push propaganda that you tribes, okay, are a threat to civilization, man. So I'm gonna let a little bit more of it play. You're gonna see this young nigga come on the team. You can tell he just a little young, goofy nigga, man. He don't know what's going on. You want to say something, Todd, one if I put it back up?
Oh no, I'm good, bro.
Okay, come on. You got about 3 minutes left. I'm gonna let it play.
And Department of Homeland Security just lied and now put a fucking target on this kid's back by pretending he's threatening ICE agents. This is so fucking irresponsible, but they don't care. They're trying to spark a fucking race war, is what they're trying to do. Trying to get a black teen, if that, maybe a black 12-year-old killed. All right, ready? So here's the kid. The young man responds.
So I'm getting these mad messages from my DMs and social media and on my comments. And I randomly get a text message talking about a recent video that was posted on my account. I was like, what are y'all talking about? By the way, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, yeah. I get threats daily on IG and everywhere all over my social media all of a sudden due to an old video I posted months ago about Iran. Iran, that was not to be a threat. It was literally a joke, bro. Like, seriously. It's just content. Anyways, once I seen that video that was posted on my account, then I was like, what the fuck you saying? And then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. I still got the video saved on my draft from months ago on TikTok, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Now, here's the fucked up part. The federal government is involved for something that I didn't do. Like, what? So this is what they reposted off my TikTok. That video got taken down. So here's what they reposted. on their page. Now that video is going crazy to hell on Twitter, bro. Now I'm a threat to the government with something that I didn't do, bro. Now I'm being called a wannabe YN, a wannabe gangster over a video that I didn't caption or I didn't post. So thanks for my followers for letting me know about this, because seriously, this is getting out of hand. Like literally, this is going crazy, viral all over social media right now. Probably might end up being on the news, bro. So my apologies for that contradiction and rumors from happening. I know my First Amendment, but I did not post that video. So to clear that out, I did not post that video, and I apologize for all the rumors that is going around right now on social media about this conflict.
Yeah, so I just wanted to play that, you know, just to show you what these devils was on, man. You know, and like I say, Jake, you know, jumping on the internet and, you know, just posting shit and with the mask on, and Esau gonna use all that, man. So you can imagine, you know, what he gonna do to with the brothers, man. You know, what he gonna have us saying, and the AI, and, you know, all the different shit. So this is the time we in, you know, and if you Israelites, you just, you know, walking around goofy, don't know what the hell going on, just posting shit, just adding shit, you know, talking about Iran. You shouldn't be talking about none of this shit, you know. And that's the other thing. If you was around wise counsel, you know, you shouldn't even be doing that shit. Talking about no Iran. You shouldn't even be online talking about that shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay, if you're not explaining what's going on through prophecy, man. So you Israelites, you just out there, man. You know, you just out there for the taking, you just out there for the slaughter. Matter of fact, I got a precept. You had some Tyler one?
Yeah, I had one, bro. And like I said, yeah, I got one, bro. My bad. Exodus 23 and 1. Hold up. No, that's not it. 2, I mean.
Come. Exodus 23 and 2.
Yeah. I get an NLT, bro.
Come. I got you. I think it's already on. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, you got it, bro. Hold on, let me put it up.
Oh shit. Come. The water.
You got it, bro.
Come, this is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2. It says, "You must not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you are called to testify in a dispute, do not be swayed by the crowd to twist justice."
That's right. And don't, it's like scripture, don't follow multitude, don't follow multitude, makes a crowd to do wrong. But that video right there of Jake, like I said, he talking about Iran, you know, like old video. But you see how Esau twist that shit, twisted, saying he gonna attack ICE now. But if anybody follow somebody that got that mindset to try to go against Esau, you know, and when they gun you down, all the mama gonna hear, "Oh, he's a sweet baby, that's my good baby." But you shouldn't follow people like that though. But even though Esau had twisted shit, made like he trying to take ICE, but nobody should follow somebody that in state mindset like they trying to go against ICE. Like I said, he ain't no business talking about Iran anyway. He don't know the fuck going on. But don't follow. But Jake do though. They'll follow somebody. They don't have the best. It's not looking out for them. All right, that's all I got, brothers.
I got a precept for you, Zaquan.
Right.
What you got, bro?
Proverbs 1. I was going to this one the other night. Start Proverbs 1. Start at verse 10. Baba Kasha. You were saying how we should not follow. We shouldn't follow those who are not following Yahweh Shema Shah, those who transgress. And transgression is what sin is. So it's in Proverbs 1 starting at verse 10. It says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say," go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It says, if they say, "Come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall
And,
go ahead.
man, that's why you gotta choose your friends wisely too, bro.
Mhm.
Because you got somebody that crazy as fuck like that, get you into doing some crazy shit, man. Something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people follow crazy people though. A lot of people follow people that don't have their best interest, man. Now if like I said, if that video was true and everybody would start following him, man, guess like I said, what would happen to them? They probably got gunned down. Right?
Yeah, and this not the time this not the time to have no wisdom out here, man. This why,
Yeah.
the truth, of course, we go into the breakdowns, but the truth teaches us to have discernment. You see, because you can be able to break down, a book of Revelations, but if you don't have discernment in these times, man, that's gonna be detrimental. So this is why we're in the time of discernment, of knowing how to move, when to move, what to say, when to fall back, when to be discreet, when to talk on things, when not to talk on things. Okay. And you Israelites, like I said, you just out here with no wisdom, you're gonna be for the taking. And
Yep.
like you said, Zaquan, like he was on that Iran shit, but even that he was following the trend of other people talking about, Iran, we want to smoke and all this. And see, you just following trends. You out here just following trends and you don't know what the hell going on. Okay, now you got this content out there that these devils can flip.
Yep.
Okay, and now you making yourself a target, man. You know?
They did. They flipped it. Now he talking. I say he said he got all the different messages from other people, but Esau, but that's what Esau want. He want y'all to get them to act wild.
Mm.
So he said you lay y'all niggas down. That's what they want. They want that race war. They want all of it. But let's say you gotta
Mm-hmm.
really gotta have discernment. You gotta really think about this shit. All right, that's all I got, bro.
I got
You make it
one
down for you, bro.
more. Let's get this in let's get this in Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 10 and 12. Yeah, 10 through 12. Yeah.
God is in Proverbs chapter 2, starting at verse 10. When wisdom entered into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion
Yeah,
shall
and
preserve.
when when the true wisdom enter into our heart, man, through the Holy Spirit. You see, that's when we're able to digest, the wisdom of the scriptures. All right. And that's when true wisdom enters into our mind. And this knowledge become pleasant unto us, man, to where we become obsessed, with learning, and growing and understanding. All right. And as we make this wisdom our lifestyle, okay, as you read verse 11, go ahead.
Verse 11, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee.
Yeah, discretion. You see, and like I said, Jake just out here moving with no discretion. All right. They say anything, they do anything, they follow anything. They don't know what's going on, but they just in the crowd. A lot of these marches, Jake don't even know what they marching for. They just in the crowd, man. Going back to the precept you brought out earlier, Zaquan, in Exodus 23. Jake just be in the crowd. Jake don't even know what they marching for. You ask half them niggas why they out there, they just out there because it's a crowd, man.
Yep.
So Jake don't got no discretion on anything. Jake just out there, man. And that's why it's gonna be easy pickings. All right, when Esau, the Lord really put the spirit on Esau to up that sword on Jake, man. You got it, bro. Verse 12.
Verse 12, to deliver them from the way of the evil man, for the man that speaketh forward things.
Yeah, the evil man is Esau. So wisdom, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay, is a path to deliverance from this man. Because first we know to be what? Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Okay? And then eventually we keep fighting for the truth. The Lord gonna fight for us. Okay, but if you just out here, you're not being guided, all right, by true leadership, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Shai. If you're outside of, all right, the ministry, the leadership that the Lord set up, then you're just out here astray, you know. And Esau is going to have you all over the place, and it's all going to lead to him looking justified, all right, and putting that sword on your ass, man. You know. But that's
I
all
got
I had. You had some y'all even close out with. Or you had something now.
I got that word for you, bro. Salakia, since you said that you had us going into Friday. That word FOMO, I just dropped it in the chat.
Okay, come. We're gonna get that. You guys precept I can go ahead and be pulling up while we get there, bro.
Come, bro. Matthew 5:25. Baba Gasha.
Matthew 5:25. Come. Then I'm gonna pull that up for you, bro. All right, let me get this. They come up. You got it, bro.
It was just a quick Google search that says, what do you call a person that follows a crowd who because he doesn't want, or he feels that he's going to miss out on something or a good time? And that word came back to FOMO. As the Quran was going into it during camp last week, in the definition of FOMO, it says anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts or seen on social media.
Yo, so a lot of they just be scrolling on social media and see, you know, there's a crowd here, it's a crowd there. They're marching for this, protesting for that, and they just jumping out there. You know, Jake be out there trying to holler at hoes and trying to sell weed. Jake just don't. You know, nigga just out there, man. You know, it's a whole. You know, now this nigga part of Antifa. You know what I'm saying? This nigga went down there with 4 dime bags, and now this nigga is part of Antifa, man. Okay, because Jake don't be knowing what the hell going on. Jake just following wherever the crowd is at, man. You know, and this is the worst time to be moving with no wisdom, just be floating around the goddamn earth, man. You know, because hey, we're coming into, as the scripture say, perilous times. You know, but we ended with what you got. You know, you got what you said, Matthew 5:25.
Baba Gasha, yeah, drop that one, bro. Get Zephaniah 3:8.
Zephaniah 3:8 coming. Yeah. All right, you got it all, bro.
This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. It says, therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Come on. Yeah, so we know the ultimate end of, you know, basically Esau, but we know how the Lord gonna play it out in the day that he returned. But the point is that we want to wait upon Yahweh Shai that he may make these moves. You know, Yahweh Shai is gonna make these moves. It's gonna be, see, thing about it is, hey, these leaders that set up, we know that they're just puppets, you know, but Yahweh Shai going off into the prophecy, the Lord gonna gather these people. He's gonna dissemble these people. For right now, though, I mean, the power's in there. They got the power for right now. You know, that's why they're making these moves. They haven't even been brought into the valley of decisions yet. So up until that point, you know, of course, Babylon been broken down, but we still gotta be waiting. That's the whole thing about it. It's still a thing of endurance. And moving with that, basically with the fear of the Lord, because we're still in Esau's hands as a nation. We still here in our captivity.
Cool.
Yep. So at the end of the day, that's why it pays to be within this wise counsel. You know, the ministry, all right, the order, all right, that Yahweh Bashim Al Shah has set up in the earth, starting with our apostles and elders, you know, all these different camps, all right, GMS camps, and you know, the few sincere affiliate camps, all right, that the Lord is dealing with, especially in these times. And see, we're going to see the value of good leadership in these times, and we're going to see the detriment of following false leadership in these times. Now we finna see, all right, the two paths, all right, that the Lord had the elect on and the 2/3 on, man. And it's gonna be completely different. It's gonna be bad, you know, for most, you know, and it's gonna be, you know, favor and mercy, all right, for the 1/3, man. You know, so that was the point. You know, we pray, you know, that you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples for his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the whole collect. Shalom.
Go on.
Come on.